My book, Learning to Lead, is about the intersections of education and activism among undocumented college students. The heart of this book really relies on deep storytelling as I tried to capture the different sites of education for undocumented students at the University of California, Riverside. And not just about their education and what they're learning, but also how they're mobilizing that education, right? So I start out by talking about the students and their families and their communities and what they're learning in those spaces. And then, I come into the college campus and, we know that they learn about politics, we know that they learn different content about immigration or about education in their classrooms, but what I was really interested in was what was happening outside of the classroom. What are they learning from their peers? What are they learning from their student organizations, from community organizations that are politically oriented? And how are students putting together all the pieces of that burgeoning political knowledge and mobilizing it for their communities, right? So how do they turn their education into action? This book also talks about the very, very deep emotional and personal impact of immigration and education policies on students. I wrote Learning to Lead because of the undocumented students that I was meeting in my classes. I teach Chicano studies, I teach in immigration and education, and I was noticing that they had stories that were not being captured in the textbooks or the books that I was assigning. And I knew that they had important stories to tell. I knew that they knew things that we should all be aware of. I hope that people read this book and see the human impact of immigration and education policies. And I hope that undocumented folks will read this book and feel seen. So the book is Learning to Lead. It is published by Duke University Press, and I encourage you to pick up a copy.